This is Travis Wingate. So this is the introduction for the two videos that are about an hour long each for the research that I did to discover the scandal and fraud of the church's claim that Harmony, Pennsylvania is at the priesthood restoration site rather than north of Pittsburgh. I'm laughing because I just did the video about the gold plates in Panama, which clearly was a scam. If I were to go over and comment on that one fully, I would have pointed out how I was able to discover the fraud, but I touch on a couple of points to show that, yeah, it was a fraud, because they're copying from the Anton transcript. They're claiming the Book of Mormon claim of Egyptian and Hebrew, and trying to show that Jeremiah was there. They're trying to promote the Central American theory for the Book of Mormon, taking it away from Solomon Spalding, which was in western New York and right there by the Great Lakes. I would also point out in that video that the archaeologist who takes us on a tour of the tomb of the cave is not wearing his garments. Oh, it must not be Mormon affiliated then. Those are the kinds of things you want to look for, because true scientists would not be speaking as if they were talking like Mormons would want them to talk like. So those are some clues from videos. This was a claim by the church, and so you will see my process of doing research, how I have done my previous books on LDS history, and you'll witness as I intended to make a video for you guys, but then realized I need to do research. I need to do it now. And so you are going to be taken on my journey of my research. And so you'll see me asking questions to myself. You'll see me asking ridiculous questions sometimes, just to get everything that could possibly be brought up, so that I can either confirm or deny claims that the church has made, that Google has made, Wikipedia has made, even me, because this process needs to confirm my work without my bias. And so I have to verify my own research that I had previously done and published. Because if I can disprove myself, then I have to come up with some other explanation, other theory. But unfortunately, the church ends up being disproven, and the church gets exposed here. So don't trust what people tell you. Don't trust what people say. Don't trust what you read. Don't trust author sources. You have to confirm and verify everyone's claims. And that can be frustrated when people are lying and deceiving you. It's unfortunate that we have to confirm what truth is from what people tell us. And so what I conclude is that the church has altered archaeology to alter history to fit their narrative. And you need to understand that the site is a legitimate site, but not for the origins of the Hale family. They may have moved to that location later on, but we're talking about the beginnings. And that's also an important feature with the historical narrative, and figuring out what actually happened, is that yes, they may have moved. Lots of people moved back then, and they have to build a new home. And so take that into consideration when you do your own research as well. And so unfortunately, I'm talking to the recording device, the video camera here, so you don't get to see what I'm doing, but I'm describing to you what where I'm going, what I'm seeing, and how I'm doing it. And as a result, you too could confirm to make sure that I'm telling you the truth about where I'm going to get my information from and what I discovered. So, like for example, no Methodist church is in that location where it's said to have been located. It's just forest. So you too can go to maps.google and follow along with me if you think that I'm lying and I'm just an antichrist who just doesn't understand and is trying to destroy the church, which is good, and teaches about Jesus. And so I don't want this introduction to be too long because the video is already too long. So understand that this is just my research process. Okay, Travis Wayne Goodsell, I'm back for a supplemental thing. I might have to put this at the beginning, but it appears that the history of the church is responsible, as the guy is claiming that the history of the church is wrong. It's got too many errors, and Willard Richards is responsible for those errors. It's likely we'd have to find the Joseph Smith papers, because Susquehanna County is right there where the church claims it is, but it's not Harmony that's there. That's the only difference. And so let's see, Joseph Smith papers, Harmony, the home of unknown photographer. Okay, they're still saying Harmony is right there in the Susquehanna area. Home of Joseph and Emma. Photograph, unknown photographer, 1893. And that was before the supposed fire. But they could have moved there for the priesthood thing, settling that area. Area was settled in 1787, organized in 1809, population in 1830 about 340. Okay, so I'm still not seeing agreement, times and seasons. Okay, history. history, 1838 to 56. And this should be the actual history. Harmony Township. Interesting. He had silver mine Spaniards in Harmony, Susquehanna, California. Money digger. Okay, so interesting. They call it Harmony when it wasn't Harmony. It does look like Joseph did actually say that. And they show the corrections as corrected. Oh man, this is... So did Joseph Smith purposely lead people away from Pittsburgh? That seems to be what happened here, is because they didn't want a connection between Sidney Rigdon and the Smiths. If they met, Joseph Jr. and Sidney met in Pittsburgh or next to Harmony, in the actual Harmony of Pennsylvania, Joseph can't be talking about that location if somebody were to ever say, oh, well, Sidney Rigdon was in Pittsburgh. That's over where Joseph Jr. was, wasn't he? And so they move it to where he was arrested. Because this is 1838. See, Joseph Smith is incorrect about the first vision. That never happened. There was no angelic visitor named Nephi or Moroni, as Willard Richards changed it to. And it should be that way here, if that was the case. Martin Harris. Yeah, and here they don't say Harmony. He says, in going with my wife to Susquehanna County in the state of Pennsylvania, after he already talked about Harmony. So why would he write the whole longer version rather than just saying to Harmony of Pennsylvania, in the state of Pennsylvania? Huh. That is interesting. And that is the document. Difficult to read, but yeah. Mine opened by the Spaniards in Harmony, Pennsylvania, Susquehanna County, state of Pennsylvania, and had previous to my hiring him dig possible blah blah blah. And then January 1827 paragraph, September 1827 paragraph, and then September 1827 to February 1828. And then he says the excitement, however, still continued, and rumor with her 1,000 tongues, tales of my father's family about himself, part of the fill up volumes. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember reading this from the history of the church. But yeah, he does leave out Harmony from September 1827 to February 1828. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going here. We're on a quest. And so, confirmation, Martin Harris was a resident of Palmyra. my destination in Pennsylvania. Again, he doesn't use Susquehanna or Harmony. Commence copying the characters. This could have just been either a mistake, because he's trying to keep it a secret about Harmony, Pennsylvania, and he's mixing it with Susquehanna County. Man, this is just wild. So yeah, first he says Harmony, Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania. Then he says Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. Now he's just saying Pennsylvania. There's the Egyptian stuff. Why isn't this in our history? Went home to Pennsylvania, or Palmyra, sorry. Martin Harris having, let's see, April to June 1828. So this was the time that his child, firstborn, died. Okay, Mr. Harris having returned from this tour, he left me and went home to Palmyra, arranged his affairs, and returned again to my house about the 12th of April, 1828, and commenced writing for me while I translated from the plates, which we continued until 14th of June following, by which time he had written 116 pages on foolscap paper, began to tease me about him give him liberty to carry the writings home and show them. You see, Joseph is lying here, obviously, because he's not translating from the plates. We all know that now. He's using the rocks in the hat trick to fool Martin Harris. But now he's saying Martin Harris now is teasing him after 116 pages. This was right around the time when his child dies. And give him Larry to carry the writings home, show them, and desire them to inquire the Lord through the Urim and Thummim if he might do so. I did. See, he has two rocks, guys. He inquired of the Lord through the Urim and Thummim. Two rocks in his hat, right there. So the Church History Museum only showing the one rock is a lie. However, he was not satisfied with this answer and desired that I should inquire again, and blah blah blah. So yeah, he's writing this because Martin Harris is gone, and this is 1838. Lucy Harris. Let's see. He bound himself as I required of him, took the writings, and went his way. Notwithstanding, however, the great restrictions which he had been laid under, and the solemn, he was taking it back to Palmyra to show the committee that he was on as an anti-Mason. That's what he was doing. He was going to expose their whole operation. And so they had to redo it, because it was too much of William Morgan's books. Okay, I continued there for a short season and then returned to my place in Pennsylvania. Again, he leaves out Harmony. He leaves out Susquehanna even. Immediately after my return home, I was walking out a little distance when, behold, the former heavenly messenger appeared and handed to me the Urim and Thummim. Wait a minute, where did he get... What? Wait a minute. Where did he... He had it. That's what he inquired with. For it had been taken from me in consequence of my having wearied the Lord. Okay, you sort of left that out before, and he's putting it in parentheses here. For the privilege of letting Martin Harris take the writings, which he lost by transgression, and I inquired of the Lord through him and obtained the following revelation. And so, yeah, this... See, notice the inquired of the Lord, my Father, the Lord of the manor, the Lord of the house, the husband, the father, the master. And so there we have the first scripture of the Doctrine and Covenants, where Joseph Smith Sr. is chastising him. But he still had his rocks in the hat, guys. And so, those weren't taken away from him. So yeah, Joseph Smith is not talking about his arrest. Well, that was earlier. Maybe I missed that. But, So it... Oh, so it... Okay, so I need to do a slight correction. And so I'll put this in front so that when you find the shocking news and you have seen the title already, you'll understand. The church didn't know any of this and are just assuming that what Joseph was saying when he said Harmony, Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania, that it was an unknown location called Harmony, but it's in Susquehanna County, which is right there below the jail he was arrested at. That is fascinating. Wow. Joseph almost blew it again after his father died, and he's writing this history. But showing that it's Harmony exposes a lot. And it may... Well, no. How do we know that they're Methodists? Who's the source for the Methodists? Joseph Smith kicked out of Methodists. Okay, Utah Lighthouse Ministry. They do good with collection of documents. Let's see if they pull through here again. Okay. The death of his firstborn on 15th of June, 1828, induced him to seek membership in the church his wife had belonged to since she was 7 years old. Okay, so that was right before the founders of Harmony, Pennsylvania left, because they stayed there for 10 years. So 3 years before they left. But they don't give a reference here. They're giving Story of Mormons by William and Alexander Lynn. Ooh, come on, guys. You gotta do better than that. Joseph had told his neighbor, Joshua McCune, that his Smith's firstborn child was to translate the characters and hieroglyphs upon the plates, which again supports the theory that I've had, but 3 years of age. The Susquehanna Register. Okay, that's interesting. So the Susquehanna Register for Pennsylvania, over in Susquehanna County, May 1st, 1834. So too far into the future. So yeah, Joshua McCune is a little mistaken about what he had actually heard from Joseph and what he understood and what he was telling the Susquehanna Register. When the child died at birth instead, and his wife's life also hung in danger, Smith may have considered entirely... No, you don't speculate! Don't speculate! Ugh. Come on, guys, I thought you were better than this. This is Wesley P. Walters, though. So the Utah Lighthouse Ministry published his paper, but again, he's speculating. Okay, let's get to the... He presented himself in a very serious manner. The Amboy Journal. Okay. The young prophet's role as a Methodist member did not last very long, however. Only 3 days, according to statements made by his wife's cousin, Joseph and Hael Lewis, in their local newspaper at Amboy, but that was 1879. That was long later. Palmyra and Methodist class. See, Illinois is not in the area. If they had been in Harmony, Pennsylvania, whether Susquehanna or right above Pittsburgh, that would help give us confirmation. But 1879, that's too far away. I mean, David Whitner's To All Believers in Christ, that was too far away also. That was like 1887. And he's trusting in Brigham Young's alterations and change from Joseph's 1835 one wife commandment to Brigham Young's section 132 of plural marriage. And so David Whitmer is going off of that plural marriage thing and saying, oh yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all, Joseph Smith was blah blah blah, as I remember it. You know, David Whitmer's about to die. So, okay. Again, we can't trust even the Utah Lighthouse Ministry, other than cousins claimed that she was Methodist. But their locations, we can't get confirmation from them. I, with Joshua McCune, a local preacher at the time, I think in June 1828, heard on Saturday that Joe Smith had joined the church on Wednesday afternoon, as it was customary in those days to have circuit preacher at my father's house on weekday. We thought it was a disgrace to the church to have practicing necromancer, a dealer in enchantments, and bleeding ghosts in it. But again, it's 1879. Okay, Luke, so many of the early Methodist records, like so many of the early Methodist records, the early class books of Harmony, now Lanesboro Church, are lost. Oh, so they're thinking this Harmony Church, now Lanesboro Church, is the Methodist church that they went to. So let's look up Lanesboro Church. I might have to do a two-parter here, guys. So this one will be the first video, and then the next one will be the second video. I might have to retitle this. I don't know. Hold on. Lanesboro Methodist, Iowa. Okay, here's United Methodist Church, Lanesboro, Pennsylvania. United Methodist Church. Okay, are we done? Why is it all white? Okay, Riverside Bowling Lanes. Okay, there's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Over in Pennsylvania, New York. And it does appear to be a Methodist church in that there's Susquehanna. Okay. Interesting. So let me see then. Let's go back and confirm. Methodist Church, Harmony, PA. There is a United Methodist Church in Harmony, Pittsburgh. It's the Harmony Zelian Opal United Methodist Church. Grace Church of Harmony is also there. Okay, so now let's do a copy and paste, and let's see if we can find out more information about this Methodist Church. Harmony, PA. Whoops. Okay, Methodist Church. Pittsburgh Street, Zenithal, PA. That seems to be the one in Harmony. Okay. They do not have... They do have a website. hzumc.org. So now we need to confirm when they were established. Welcome to Harmony Zenith Football United Methodist Church. Small enough to be family, big enough to impact the world. Okay, learn more. No, I don't want to learn more. I want to find the hard... Are you not going to let me? About our church family, what we believe, history. There we go. History. There's a picture of the church. I think this is the one I did the research and found before. Okay, we'll save it. Let's see, Methodist Church. We need to put the full Harmony Methodist Church. I need to put PA in there. Harmony, PA. Okay. Alright, the history. Yep. Methodism, let's see, Harmony Church, early 1800s. Yep. Okay, wait a minute. Records indicate that the Harmony Circuit was established by Elder Joshua Monroe in 1834, which brought preachers to Harmony in the area for the first time. Alright. But 1784, Methodism got its start in southwestern Pennsylvania in 1784 with circuit riders traveling by horseback and organizing Methodist societies. Okay, and then the Harmony Circuit was established in 1834. Okay, so circuit riders were in the area since 1784, organizing societies, but the preachers were settled in the area for the first time in 1834. And so again, Joseph Smith is talking about all these different religious activities going on in Western New York and all that stuff, and going to the different meetings. And they were like tent religions. They weren't official church buildings. You see here, this one's 1880 that one was built. A group of 30 Christians in Xenople belonging to the Harmony Circuit applied to the Pittsburgh Conference and was granted a charter in 1842, and a small building was erected on the corner of High and Newcastle Streets in Xenople. This meeting place known as the Monroe Chapel. Okay, yeah, there is no indication from Joseph Smith that they went to an actual church building. Circuit riders traveling by horseback and organizing Methodist societies. Interesting. So yeah, Methodist Society was there during the time that Joseph Smith would have been there. It just wasn't a church, an organization church yet. The Harmony Circuit, as they're calling it. They had circuit riders that were there. And these circuit riders are not the same as preachers. They were just going around organizing Methodist societies. And then the preachers came in after the societies were built, or established, or organized. Fascinating. So yeah, we've got a bait and switch by Joseph, who or a Freudian slip maybe, to indicate harmony when he probably meant not to put harmony in there, but because he knew well and good that he was in harmony during this whole time that he's writing about, he then changed it to the place just below where he got arrested instead, and messed up that first instance of mentioning harmony. Fascinating. Huh. Susquehanna. Wow. Well, let's do a confirmation of the other church. Let's see. Methodist Church, Susquehanna Township, Pennsylvania. So let's do a fact check on this other one. Oh man, there's tons of Methodist churches. Where was the... my goodness, there's like tons of Methodist churches in that region. That's the... Come on. That's not the location. You gave me the wrong location. Because I'm seeing New York up here. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yeah, they're... Oh, you guys. See, there's Susquehanna. Where is the... Where to go? United Susquehanna Township. No, yeah, that's the... Okay. United Methodist Church. That's all you're called? Let's see, you don't have a umc.org open website. Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. Okay. I don't think this was in existence. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a general one. I need the actual... Yep, okay. No, we don't want the general United Methodist Church. We want this specific church. United Methodist Church, copy address. Oops. Yeah, it's copied to clipboard. United Methodist Church, and paste. Now there's a First United Methodist Church. Here's the church, yellow pages. Don't want yellow pages. We want your website, guys. We want your history. Susquehanna.com, community services. MapQuest, Wyoming Conference. Okay, SusquehannaBorough.com. Let's see if that'll lead us to the date of this origin. First Baptist, United Methodist. History, well, we got the history of Susquehanna, we know that. Possibilities in the evolution of railroad industry, still fashion, early history. Yeah, prehistory even. Okay, we'll have to read over this to see if we can find if the Methodists come into town and what year they come into town. Whether it's circuit riders or an actual building. It was part of Harmony Township, which was originally in Luzerne County. Interesting. So it was Harmony. So there's 2 Harmony, Pennsylvanias. They're confirming this. And so this is interesting. Susquehanna. Come on, give us churches. Many of the 350 taxable grocers, Chief Mechanical Headquarters, west of Yards stood Brick Freight House, Hotel. Come on, talk about your religions. During the 1890s, wait a minute. The German Singing Society, immigrants, Hotel Erie, transient workforce at Hotel Row, across the Susquehanna River, Oakland. First settlers in this area were from the east, arrived in 1785 under Connecticut's claim to the region. Mills, okay. They're throwing in Joseph Smith Jr., the founder of the LDS Church, lived near Oakland during the years 1825 to 1831. And married the daughter of a local family, but they're referring to authors of books. Blackman 1873 and Stalker 1887. So again, we can't trust that information, guys. During the second half of the 19th century, the population of Oakland increased. So again, the information is based on these 2 guys rather than their own township records. And then of course the church, thanks Joseph Smith, is saying it's that area. And so these guys say it's that area. And then the town says it's that area because of the 2 guys that are using. Do you see how this is developing here? There's no foundation for Harmony, Pennsylvania being here where Joseph Smith was with Emma. So we gotta find it. Gotta find this Methodist church when it was established. Because the Methodist Church has no records of it. It's just that one guy, decades later, saying, oh yeah, we kicked him out because he's a troublemaker. Oh man. Come on, guys, talk about the churches. We gotta find this church. Cornell University. Workforce, many buildings, main streets, railroad. Oh man. So no, it doesn't have it listed here at the site. So we're going to try another tactic. We're going to zoom in and we're going to look at the actual building itself. There's a forest. Guys, if any of you are United Methodists, can you please explain this? Do you guys hold your meetings in the forest? Because that's what I'm looking at here. It's all forest. There is no United Methodist Church there. Unless it's a little building under all the brush. What is going on? Yeah, it won't let me get closer because there's nothing there to see. Fascinating. And I don't see a clearing for a building, because I'm close enough that I should be seeing a building. This is bizarre. And the trees, I see the trunks of the trees through some of the openings, and they're all close together. There's no way a building's in there. What's going on? What is going on? So here's some buildings, not too far away. Looks like a fence. Yeah, there's a house here. Is this land of the Methodist Church, and that this is the church building itself? That looks like a home. That looks like a home. A trailer-sized home. Trailer park. But this looks like a home size. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no. Ah. Lansborough. Huh. It's a home. Yeah, it's got a mailbox out front. It's just a home. Where's the church? What is going on? It's all dense forest. There is no church there. I can sort of see a path that forms an S shape, but this is just bizarre. And the S doesn't go to the house, it goes over to this other direction towards this building right here. What's this other home? Yeah. And that's a home. Huh. And it's 2019. It's got a chimney. It's red with a grayish roof. There's a van. It looks like a RV back in the back behind the bushes. There's two mailboxes, but I don't see a road connecting to the S. Huh. What about this blue thing here? Yeah, more houses. There is no United Methodist Church here, guys. These are all just houses that are along the road. The Methodist Church is mistaken. It doesn't exist. Why are they putting it here then? What's going on? Why are they claiming there's a Methodist church here? Is it possible that the church is covering this up too? By putting a fake location of a Methodist church here? Huh. Well, I'll be. Because, yeah, there's nothing there. Because I see the homes along the road. The I-71, is it? Or the little road called 171. It's not an interstate. But yeah, there's clearings for each of the homes. Even this one over to the right, it still has a clearing as well. They all have clearings. I don't see a clearing here for the Methodist Church. Huh. Fascinating. Huh. I'm at a loss, guys. I can't identify this church because it doesn't exist. And this is the church that I need to confirm if it existed back in the days where Joseph said there was a Methodist church that he went to, that Emma went to, because they lived in this area. Now, I can't confirm that. And so my original suspicions are correct. My original research is correct so far. It's bearing out with this test that the church has thrown a curveball at me today because of this other guy's video. So, yeah, we have to stand by the original suspicion that the Russell M. Nelson and the church created all of this because of what Joseph wrote in the Joseph Smith papers. Because they found the Joseph Smith papers before 2011 when Nelson or the church announced that they were going to remodel it. Wow. This is all just one elaborate fraud. But that does confirm it. That Joseph Smith put Harmony, because this was considered Harmony Township, but there is another Harmony, and I've confirmed the Methodists in that Harmony. I can't confirm the Methodists in this Harmony, though. But that's the whole crux of why the church is calling this the Harmony that Joseph Smith was talking about, which takes it far away from the encounter of Joseph Smith with Sidney Rigdon in Pittsburgh and in the place right next to that Harmony. Wow. Wow. I need to check that. If Sidney Rigdon was next to Harmony after Joseph's child was dead, and he got booted out of that Methodist church, would he have gone to Sydney's church? Because Sydney's a Campbellite, which was a Baptist division. I need to check some dates. I need to find out what's going on here. Okay. Let's do a copy and paste of this information. For my records. Oh man. Guys, we are on to something huge. That was weird. I don't understand why my Word once showed that I had to pay again when I had paid for the rest of my life. That was weird, and it doesn't show up anymore. I don't get it. Alright. Save as, browse. They changed the way they do this. I have to do all these steps now instead of just saving to the one location that I want. Okay. Harmony. Let's see, we need Pennsylvania Methodist Church. Got that saved now. See, you're going along with me as I do my research. So you see how I've been doing my research with the book that I published. This is how I did it. I had to confirm things. And you can't just say, oh, well, everybody says it's there, it must be there. I went there, there's nothing there but forest. Thick forest with the stumps right next to each other. Alright, so I can exit out of this. Man, I can't believe it. Alright, what was I looking up again? Oh, yeah, Sidney Rigdon. Because I think Sidney Rigdon does talk about him in Pittsburgh. Sidney Rigdon, Wikipedia. Early life. There's the confusion of the brain from the accident he had suffered as a child, but it's from his brother, even though it's 1875. But let's see, 16 years. Was born in St. Clair Township, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, 10 miles south of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I already knew this information. He's the youngest of 4 children. Rigdon's father was from Maryland. Okay. 31st of May, 1817, Rigdon was baptized by Reverend Phillips in Peters Creek Baptist Church of Library, Pennsylvania, and that's right there close also. In 1818, he moved away from Pittsburgh to North Sedgwicky to become an apprentice Baptist. And he moved to North Sedgwicky. I know I found this. these. Maps, Google. North Sedwicki. Okay, it's still in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh International Race Complex. Okay, so he's still in Pittsburgh area, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's the one right next to Harmony. Yep. Right. Oh, okay. I thought it was southwest. It's actually directly west from Harmony, Pennsylvania. So that was in 1818. Yeah, in 1818, he moved directly west from Harmony. Licensed to preach in 1819. He moved to Ohio in 1819. Okay, Phoebe Brooks remained in Ohio until 1822 when he returned to Pittsburgh. Let's see. Rigdon and Bentley journeyed to meet Campbell in the summer of 1821. Testament. They engaged in lengthy discussions, both men disciples of Christ associated with Campbell. But there's part of the debate that he had with Campbell. Campbell wanted to this is the hold priority over the Old Testament. Campbell, to learn more of the Baptist Church, countering opposition to his idea. Yeah, because Campbell wanted only to retranslate the New Testament. Sidney Rigdon wanted to do both Old and New, and have the New correspond with the Old. January 28th, 1822, Rigdon arrived in Pittsburgh to become a minister of the First Baptist Church. 1823, disfellowship. Redstone Association, First Baptist minister. 1824 to 26, worked as a journeyman tanner in Pittsburgh. Okay. So he was in Pittsburgh until 1826. Alright, interesting. So 1818, so he wasn't next to he wasn't next to Joseph, and Joseph was in Harmony, right? Now I gotta double check my work on this. Joseph Smith Jr. By 1817, he moved over to Western New York. Let's see, 1823. It wasn't until 1827 when he got the plates and began translating. But yeah, he was with Josiah Stoll early years. Between 1817 and 1825, there were several camp meetings. No, we don't want that. We want Josiah Stoll. But Josiah Stoll was before this, I think. So now I got to go to the scriptures. Let's see, I'm already here. Let's see, harmony, Susquehanna. Nope, I need to go back. And history of the church is the one you want. Okay, Susquehanna. Okay, during the time I was employed, was with Soul. Okay, so because March 1826 he was arrested, so he was working with Stoll before 1826, and so that's when Sidney Rigdon was in Pittsburgh. And since it appears that there was no Methodist church in where the church is claiming it was, we can only therefore conclude that it was the other Harmony above Pittsburgh. So yeah, that's how it worked. So Sidney Rigdon had returned and was living in Pittsburgh when Joseph Smith was hired by Josiah Stoll in Harmony area to dig in the silver mine. Fascinating. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of all this extra stuff here. North Civic, yeah, we got that figured. Alright. Sorry, United Methodist Church, I can't confirm your existence. Unless the United Methodists hold their meetings among the trees, like the Blair Witch. I can't confirm it. And whoever these guys are, again, guys, don't trust sources just because they're saying stuff. So, yeah, it's not... Yeah, the church did actually do that. Nelson did actually create the setting in this other Harmony, which is no longer Harmony, because the other place was already Harmony. Or are they, or, because I can't find Harmony in this, I only find Susquehannock Township. I'm not finding a Harmony Township. So yeah, the church created a whole township, but we did didn't we confirm that there was a township by the Susquehanna people? The Gazette or Daily View or whatever it was. So they did confirm that this was Harmony, but it's not listed as Harmony anymore. Yeah, I'm getting close here, and there's no Harmony listed. I see the priesthood restoration site. That's all they're saying now. Because there's Susquehanna is the township, and Oakland Township. Yeah, Joseph Smith pulled a fast one by making a mistake. Wow. I'm going to have to come back to this other guy's video another day. Because, oh my god. Alright, so I need to X out of this. We are looking at a situation where the church did not know any of the history of the church. And they just assumed that there was a Harmony in Susquehanna County, and so the township believes there was a Harmony there, a Harmony Township, but it's not showing that there's a Harmony Township. They're just going by the church's records, trusting the church. And I keep warning you guys, don't trust the church. Holy crap. Because there's no United Methodist Church there. It's all forest. But I've confirmed the United Methodist Church in Harmony. And I confirmed that they didn't have an actual building congregation yet. They had societies, just gatherings. So like a tent gathering, or maybe at people's homes. All started by the circuit riders who were forming them as they were going through. My goodness, this is an hour-long video. This... Oh man. Okay, so how am I going to get all this taken care of with the stuff I got to do this evening? This is intense, guys. Okay, I'm going to have to do another video to summarize all of this, because these hour-long videos are too long for you. You guys are going to get lost and you're going to get bored and whatever. So I'm going to have to cancel this other one as well. This is going to be my own video referencing here. Whoops. We got to cancel this. No, do not save. Oh man. Okay. So this is just for me. Oh man, so I gotta redo this for you guys, for the people. Oh man.